No, I don't have one. I think that would be the next one. Are you kidding me? You getting mad? No, I only want to have. I have to look at one.
Ochel is, anyone? Ochel is food. Oles is waste. And on page 123, we have the next step after, so we've gone through the halachas of plowing, and then planting, and then reaping, and then we kotzer, then came Amer, then came bundling, and then came dosh, threshing, and now we have broken down the kernel or the plant that was used for dyeing, and we've broken it out of its shell, and then we have to get rid of the waste. So the last malacha was zoreh, winnowing, using the wind to weigh, and now after the heavy parts fall back to the ground, it gets mixed with pebbles, stones, and now we have to sort it. So it's sorted by hand. So that's the next step. Now this malacha does not only apply to foods, it also applies to items that are not foods. For instance, cutlery, dishes, clothes. So sorting is a very wide malacha. So the malacha is separating a mixture for later use. In other words, it's a part of the production. So this would apply to all of the items that I spoke about. If you're going to sort the two, separate a mixture, so if it's for later use, it is forbidden. What is permissible is derech achila, the manner of eating. So to be considered in the manner of eating, it has three requirements. When we speak about a malacha, it makes no difference what you're going to take for later use, whether you take what you want and leave what you don't want behind, or whether you take the unwanted and leave what you want behind. Either way, it is a malacha, it is a Torah prohibition. So when we speak about the mixture of the pebbles and the grain, normally what was done, you take away the pebbles. You take away the psoilus me'ochel, you take away the pebbles. That's how it was normally done. If you do it the other way, if it's easier to take away the grain and leave the pebbles behind, and you're storing it, that too is a malacha. So as far as the malacha is concerned, it doesn't matter in which order you're going to do it. either way is the prohibition. However, what is permissible is when you're going to use it now. So that is called derech achila, the normal way how one eats. So there is no restriction about eating from a mixture. So there are three requirements. So now we're going to speak. Derech means the manner of Derech means the manner, achila, of eating, the normal way of one. Put it, just put eating. So there are three things that are required. Number one is number one is when oichel mitech. The food itself. So taking away the bones is perfecting your dish. That is a halacha. Taking the food and leaving the bones behind, that is derech achila, the way one eats. Number two, what's a yad? The hand. By hand and not what? Make your separation. That cannot be done. So what's the alternative? Does it mean we put our hand inside? So now we have, why should I not put my hand inside the coleslaw and take out the coleslaw? Demonstration. So why would I not do that?
Yeah.
Hmm? Because sanitary, it's interesting. In the times of the Gemara, people would eat by hand, or they would share a utensil. There would be one utensil there, and everyone would eat from that utensil, pass it around. People were not very into hygiene and these things. And the Gemara asks, what is worse, eating by hand or sharing a utensil? Which means, again, we are aware that there are germs that are being spread, and therefore there are many halachas that, again, going back 1,500 years ago, it was all like magic. So it says, but not putting a coin in your mouth, things that people have handled, don't put it in your mouth. And also when you're shaking hands with people, what parts of the body you should not touch after that until you wash your hands. We're very much aware of the sharing of germs. But back again, so therefore, back again to our utensil, only if it's a specialized utensil. What may be done is an extension of the hand. That may be done. A spoon is an extension of your hand when you're eating soup. It's an extension of your hand. When you're eating your dish of meat, fish, whatever it is, the fork is an extension of your hand. So in that case, the yad does not only mean the hand, physical hand, but the hand and extension of the hand would be by hand. So if you're going to take the meat from the bones and you do it with a fork, that's called by hand. If you use a special tool for that, then that's called by a tool. But the third thing is, turn miyad. Anyone? Miyad means?
From
Miyad means, yeah, that's yad, but miyad in Hebrew means immediately, right away. So just like your hand is right next to you, so miyad means right away. So the three, in order to be considered derech achila, the manner of eating, it has three requirements. One is, say, let's take what you want and leave what you don't want behind. Miyad, it should not be with a special tool, it should be manually. And miyad, it should be right when you need it. Right when you need it, we have spoken about this before. What would be considered right when you need it?
You're about to put a dish on the table.
Or even before that, it would also be in the kitchen when you are preparing the meal, and it's for the meal that's going to be following right away, that's considered also miyad. If you were to go, you're making a salad where you have to peel different vegetables. Peeling is also a part of this malacha borer. So when you want to make your salad, and you want to make it in the morning before you go to shul, and then you're going to make your salad, you're going to do the peeling, and then you go to shul, and then when you come back, you're going to finish your salad. Was that permissible? Yes, no? No, because it's not miyad. It's not done for the immediate use. You're going to shul in the middle. You're going to put on an outfit on Shabbos, and you go Friday night to your closet, and you're going to choose, which outfit you want. And you're going to put out all your clothes. For the children, they usually do that so the kids could go to shul right away. So doing that Friday night, taking from a selection to be worn tomorrow, is that miyad? And the answer is no. So again, this would also, so miyad means when you're preparing for your meal that's going to be eaten now, so that is called miyad. You could do all of the permissible ways of taking taking what you want and leaving what you don't want behind. So even though psoilus means waste, but we're using it in a very general term because it does not mean waste that you throw in the garbage, but rather that's why I put it, the wood is unwanted. Because this malacha also applies to two edible foods. One you want, one you don't want. So we have the word mixture is a very general term. Mixture would be, you have peas and carrots, that's a mixture. You have soup where you have the vegetables that are on the bottom, all the different cut up little vegetables, that's a mixture. So that we see as a mixture. Then there is, in a very broad way, that if it's one unit, that would include on a tray. So even though the items are pretty visible, you can see the items, still it's considered a mixture. The same would be something in a drawer. Everything together is a mixture. So the word mixture is very, very general. Taking what you want and leaving what you don't want behind could only be done when you're ready to use it. Putting away a platter Friday night for tomorrow and separating all the different items that are on the platter, that would go into this category. So if you have a platter where you have different cold cuts, you have pastrami, bologna, salami, roast beef, those who eat meat. It's all on a platter, and you want to put everything away in little packets. Could that be done? The answer is no. You're taking from a mixture and you're separating the mixture for not for now. It's done for storage. That cannot be done. Let's take another situation where it's not with foods. You have your when you're doing your utensils, you're washing your spoons, knives, and forks, and you put them in after you wash your dishes, you put them in a, what's it called?
Drying rack?
In
In the drying rack?
a dry, has a name to it. I'm just trying to think the name. A drying.
Drying rack.
A drying rack. Oh, the racks, right? Drying rack. So you have a special little compartment for your utensils, knives, spoons, and forks. So you put them all in. Now, we spoke about drying things are permissible, right? It's not. We don't go into making the drying towel, making it wet. We're not washing the towel. We're making it dirty. After you use it, you would have to wash it. So that's not the issue. But what about putting them away in your drawer where you have all your utensils and put each one away in its special compartment? So this again would be called sorting. Taking all the knives, putting in the knife section, you take all the forks, put in the fork section. So what you're doing, you're selecting, and you're selecting each one for another compartment, and that's called selecting. So we'll speak about what could be done, but doing this after you've used them, putting them away would be this malacha of sorting. Even though you're putting everything away, what you could do technically would be waiting until the next day, and then what would you do in order to be oichmatev soilus? You have to take what you want. So only those utensils that you want to use are you going to take them out of this rack. So if you're going to be using the knives and forks but no spoons, You're going to be taking the knives out, you'll take the forks out, and you leave the spoons behind. And when could you do this? When you're ready to prepare for the meal. So,
I have a question.
yes,
So this was brought up at a Shabbos dinner once, and I didn't fully understand. But when you're collecting plates at the end
mhm,
of a meal
Mhm.
and you scrape plates,
Mhm.
just like onto one plate,
mhm.
you're supposed to do it at the table and not after the table. There was something that was said.
You got me there?
Okay.
Okay, so cleaning the dishes, taking away the waste, that's all waste. So that's not a malacha. The same would be also, some people will take the dishes and empty them out in the sink. What's going to happen is the sink has a strainer. Is that an issue? Is that an issue? No, it's all waste. You're not separating anything. You're just preventing the waste from going down the drain. So that would be fine. What you so that would be okay.
Question,
Yes.
so like, when I clear the table at Shabbat dinner, I always do this and people really appreciate it, is the sorting. Like I'll stack the dishes of this, they're dirty and get the waste off and then stack the dishes of the same size together. Just to make room and keep the kitchen more nice to go into, so. And people always appreciate that.
So if you're not taking from a mixture,
No.
I'm saying you're not taking from a mixture. The
Taking
problem,
from-
the question would be rather that if you have many different sized dishes, and can you put them in your dishwasher?
Yes, but you can't do them in orderly way.
Okay, so if you only have one size, then you're not sorting, you're not just putting them away. But again, what
This is just
we're
on the
trying not to
counter.
do, I'm saying, what we're trying not to do is prepare on Shabbos for after Shabbos. Putting them in the racks is going to save you time after Shabbos. What you could do with your dishwasher is use it as a storage. Take them, stack them, put them in. If you're taking the dishes off as you're going along, you could put them in any order as you wish. That would be fine. So,
No, but what I'm saying is on the counter, so they're not going in the dishwasher, they're just all gonna sit on the counter all Shabbat.
yes,
So what I'll do is, this size plates I put together,
stacking them.
yeah, so that it's just, it leaves more room because they're
Mhm.
orderly and.
So you're doing it because you want it to be orderly. That would be
Yeah.
fine. That would be fine.
But that, for the sake of Shabbat.
Yes. No. So let's see, page 124. Sorting. What consists of sorting? Two kinds that are mixed together, whether they're food or waste, or two types of food, or two things which are not food, such as utensils, may not be separated from another in a matter of sorting. It's permissible to separate one from the other when it's a way of eating, in one of the permissible ways that will be explained below. When two kinds are separated from each other, then the removal of one kind does not constitute of sorting. It is permitted to take whatever one chooses. The item which one chooses to use immediately is designated food. For the purpose of this malacha, even if the two kinds or objects, utensils, or clothing, the item which one does not want now is designated as waste. This is on page 124. Then we have what we just said, the three conditions that is permissible. Number one is selecting food and leaving the waste, not the reverse, sorting by hand, sorting for immediate use or just before a meal, for the meal. How soon before the meal? So the Shulchan Aruch says Shah. Shah means an hour. Shah could mean a while. What did the Shulchan Aruch mean? So some take it literally that you have an hour before the meal to prepare that which is in a permissible way, where you're taking what you want from a selection and leaving what you don't want behind. Others say it depends on how much time it will take you. So if it will take you 15 minutes, so it's 15 minutes, it takes you an hour, it's an hour. If you prepare for a very big crowd, it would be as much time as you need, that when everyone is ready to eat, the food should be ready. And also that will also include that at the beginning of the meal, you can prepare everything that is going to be needed for the entire meal, including the dessert that's going to be eaten at the end of the meal, which may be sometime later. Now, on page 126, 126. So we have now, a person does want to put away, we have it now on the drying rack, all the utensils, and a person wants to put them away. What would be the permissible way of doing this? We want to put away our utensils. What could we do?
You can't put them away neatly. You have to like put them.
Take everything, yes, if you want to take everything. Take them all out of their ears and put them all into the drawer without putting them in their compartments. You put everything away. You did not make any selection. You just took everything and put them all away. Another thing would be, you wash them, you put them in the drying rack, and you're going to now dry them. You could take one at random, dry it, you have it in your hand. What do you do with it? You could put it away. You're not taking it out of selection that you're deliberately trying to take a knife, spoon, or fork. You're taking at random, whatever it is. As you're drying it, it's in your hand, you could put it away. So you can't take all the knives and put them away, all the forks, put them away, but you could take one at random and take them away. On page
And
one,
if you put it away, you put it away
Yeah,
in the proper
you
slot.
could put in the proper slot. Now, on 126, it tells you that the only time that it is forbidden if it's a mixture. So you tell you, it shouldn't be a mixture. So it suggests let's see. Now, thank you. Now, did I do a good job of scattering? Not so much. So it's telling you what you should do is just throw it across the table, and everything should scatter, and that way it's no longer a mixture. One is not next to the other. The table is big enough that it should not be considered like a unit. It's not the same as a drawer, not the same as a tray. So they're telling you that you could take, and I guess you'd have to practice. I guess it's a bigger table, you can just throw it across, and everything is going to be
What would you be throwing?
scattered. Your utensils, your knives, spoons, and forks, you throw them across the table. You know, it's not a mixture anymore. One thing is not next to the other. They don't seem to be united in any way. And now you could put this away. You can put this away.
And you just put it away.
And then this put away. This away. This away. Because you don't have a mixture. Is that good advice or not? Okay, that is how much it bothers you when it's in the rack. Okay, so that's a suggestion that works because it's scattered and it's not united in a way, so it's not considered a mixture. Sorting for guests, so each person does not have to do his own. You could do it for all of the people that are there. Page 127, peeling. It's permitted to remove the peel of food, such as peeling eggs, onions, oranges, bananas, sausages, and the like, even though the peel is waste, because removing the peel to reach the food, this is the action, the way one eats, and it's impossible to eat any other way. Conclusion is that one does not and is not performing a malacha on condition that he peels them by hand for immediate consumption. So some of the examples that he gives on page 127. If someone does not like the skin of chicken, for them it is waste. They could take it off when they're ready to eat. It's like peeling a banana, peeling your chicken. We also have a sticker that on some challah has a sticker saying which bakery it's from. Taking that off. So that would be done right before eating. If you take off the sticker with some challah, then it's not taking it out of mixture, it's being taken away with it's not the waste itself, it's taken with the food as well. And that would be also, if you're checking, it's suggested that you check your lettuce, romaine lettuce, before Shabbos to see that there are no insects. If you do discover an insect on your leaf, what could you do? You could tear off a part of the leaf where the leaf and the insect is still intact, and you're taking away not the waste, but you're taking away the part of the leaf that is still edible. So that would be permissible. How do you get rid of the, let's see, some of the lettuce, some of the romaine lettuce have earth on the lettuce leaf itself. Organic, leave it with the earth. You want to eat the lettuce. What could you do? What can you not do? You want to get rid of the earth.
You can wash it. Just
You could wash it.
Preparation time.
Yes, but how do we wash it? What would be the permissible way of washing? What would be not permissible?
With water.
Wash it with water, yes, but we cannot take a bowl and put the lettuce leaves inside the bowl and then swish it around, and the water is going to be being used as a separator to separate the earth from the lettuce leaf. That could not be done. So you cannot soak your lettuce on Shabbos if your purpose is to clean your lettuce. You could put it in water if it's a clean lettuce and you want to keep it fresh, then that would be permissible. But if you're using the water in order to clean the lettuce, that cannot be done. So the way it would be done is some suggest that you have to do it before Shabbos, clean your lettuce before Shabbos. Others say that you could use it by the faucet when you're ready to make the salad, because that would be considered separating. You're getting rid of the dirt. So what you're doing is you're holding what you want, and what you don't want is going away. So you're taking what you want from the unwanted, and that would be only permissible when you are ready to make your salad, when you're made to eat. So again, there's no soaking. There is permissible under the faucet for those who are more lean. We take that opinion. So you could put it under the faucet, and you're taking what you want because you're holding that in your hand, and what you don't want is going away. Okay, so please read the rest. So this is something that is on a Shabbos basis. It's not abstract. This is actually what's used. What I'd like to do is I've given out in the beginning of the year, I gave out a booklet, and it had at the end of the booklet, it had an essay on Shabbos. How many of you have read this essay? You had this in the pamphlet that I gave out. Did anyone get to it? Huh?
Extra.
I'm giving this out now because I don't think anyone read it. It was a pamphlet that was so much to it. I figured we came to the end. I was hoping you would read it, but it looks like it wasn't read. I think this gives us a perspective to Shabbos that I think is very necessary to have a good understanding of what Shabbos is all about and why we're so particular about not sorting, yes sorting. Chassidus goes through the malachas, and what is the spiritual significance of these malachas? Why on the weekday we're told to do it, and on Shabbos we're told not to do it. So this is something I think it gives a perspective in what Shabbos is all about. I would like everyone to read it, and tomorrow we will discuss it. Tomorrow I believe I will also be substituting. Are you being saturated with Shabbos or is it fine? Okay. Okay, so have a wonderful day. Okay. Mhm. Well, this is, what's it different? This was, we have to use that one. You have it? This one, is your third page?
Your extras, right?
Okay.
Я половину не поняла, что он говорил. Я думала, что говорил про состав. Как раз уходит, садится сюда, но видит, выходит, садится, ее вещей, и вот. I'm grabbing tea and then I'll meet you there.